right. Welcome to the first episode of KuziCast. This is your host, Mr. Kuzi, and I'm excited. Please forgive me for any mistakes I make, but oh, this is my first episode, so I'm a bit nervous, as you can hear. But hopefully, we will have a good time, and hopefully, we'll talk about things that I love, including pop culture, music, movies. And the first thing that we should start off with, as you can see, is something that I've been a part of for the last 3 years, since 2017. And as you may know right now, if you've been all over the social media, that the biggest thing to come out of Hollywood right now, the biggest news is that Zack Snyder's Justice League got announced for 2021 on HBO Max. So that is good. So if anyone into DC comics or DC movies and who enjoyed Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, I know I did. Shout out to my friends who took me to see the movie and everything. So as you can see, you can go to the Hollywood Reporter and just you can search Zack Snyder's Justice League, and hopefully we can forget about the abomination that we all paid and saw back in 2017. And good things are going to be happening with the DCU now, and I'm excited. Hopefully we get to see Ben Affleck's Batman, my favorite Batman, all over again. And Henry Cavill is going to come back, and we're going to finally see a Superman without a very bad upper lip, bad CGI upper lip. So yes, with a lot of details, it was a big fight. I was part of the movement. It was one word, one hashtag that brought the awareness. As you can see, it was called "Release the Snyder Cut," and we fought for it. We did so many things. I was part of it. I'm here. I'm in Bangladesh, so there's a limitations to how much I could be involved with the movement in itself. But I did my part. I did the hashtags. I contributed to the banners, the posters, to whatever, whenever I could, however much I could. But yeah, so exactly. So I am really excited, and to everyone and anyone who are my friends who are into this, DC comics and everything, I request you that when it does come out, please don't pirate it, because we want to see more of the DC EU that was designed by Zack Snyder, which started with Man of Steel, and then the part two of the saga was BVS, and finally, after 3 years, we're gonna see the third chapter of that saga, and it's supposed to be a 6 chapter story. So I request everyone to whoever's abroad, whoever's in America, please subscribe to HBO Max. And when the movie comes out, please put it on repeat, and if it comes out on digital, please buy it, because we have to show the studio that with success, by giving in to the fans, it's a good thing. Supporting the fans is a good thing. All right, moving on to our next topic is again still with the DCEU. With the recent announcement of the Snyder Cut, the whole industry is a buzz. And right now, coming from the cultured nerd, is one of our, more positive news towards the DCEU, and it's that instead of, HBO Max wants Ben Affleck, Jared Leto, and Joe Manganiello for an original Batman project. So whoever's in the know knows that before Jeff Johns and the whole previous regime in Warner Brothers, before they messed with Zack Snyder's vision, you know while they messed with Zack Snyder's vision, we knew that Ben Affleck, the best Batman on screen, if you ask me, was supposed to do a solo movie, and he had a script, everything was ready, but Jeff Johns was against it. Jeff Johns and his cronies in Warner Brothers back then, they were against it. So, which led to a lot of behind the scene issues, which eventually led to Ben Affleck just leaving the project. And at the same time, he was going through a lot of personal problems. But with the recent hype and announcement, and even Jay Oliva, and those who don't know who Jay Oliva is, he's one of the greatest animators, screenwriters in terms of DC and Marvel combined in Hollywood. If anyone who has seen The Dark Knight Returns, the animated version from the book. Jay Oliva did that. And he did a lot for a lot of Marvel shows, animated shows, and DC animated shows as well. So Jay Oliva worked with Ben Affleck on this particular script, and Jay Oliva himself publicly have said that for any Batman fan out there, him being one of them as well, that Ben Affleck's Batman script was one of the best he had ever read. Sadly, at the time, it was like we would not see it, but apparently, with the announcement of the Snyder Cut, there seems to be some ripple effects, like a domino effect that is happening within the industry, because AT&T, who have joined the stream wars along with Disney Plus and everyone, are observing that the consumers are finally reacting to their products. Because no offense to anybody else who liked any of the DC movies after Justice League, I personally haven't watched it. So to the Joker fans out there, to the Shazam fans, to the Birds of Prey fans, to each their own. But in term compared to when Zack Snyder was running the DCU, they did not make as much money as DCU made, even with the criticism from the famous critics and the bloggers. It did not make that much money, even with critics' approval. Go figure. So yeah, that is the situation. So hopefully, just take this with a grain of salt. There's nothing been confirmed yet, but the moment Snyder Cut was announced, Joe Manganiello, everyone should know who Joe Manganiello is. You can see him in Magic Mike, and he's the real life husband of Sofia Vergara. So yeah, and he teased, I think on 21st May, when it was announced that the Snyder Cut is coming, he said that he tweeted the original end credit scene, sword, bat, skull. So I guess, yeah, it's only, a patient game now. So we waited 3 years to see this epic saga. So let's hope, good tidings are coming. Okay, moving forward to our next topic is that recently HBO released a new teaser for this show, and it's called Lovecraft Country. So the moment I saw the name Lovecraft, I was into it because I'm a huge fan of the H.P. Lovecraft verse. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm getting messages which I shouldn't. And I put it on mute, so I don't know why my phone is behaving this way. Now it works. Anyways, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Lovecraftian lore, and I've played a lot of video games, most notably Bloodborne, which is from Software, and it was heavily influenced by Lovecraftian themes. So as such, let's check out the new teaser from HBO, that is Lovecraft Country. Should be interesting.
I love stories. Heroes go on adventures in other worlds, defy insurmountable odds. Stories are like the living thing. My father, he wrote me. Said we have a secret legacy, a birthright that's been kept from us in Lovecraft Country.
That place, it's not real.
You sure?
They don't like outsiders at all. I found more than a few stories about travelers being attacked in the surrounding woods.
By what?
Gotta go, right now I gotta go.
I know we were all meant to go through trials and tribulations. But this world is haunting us.
It'll come back around you.
It's like the devil.
The American dream.
Depends on the question, what is reality? What is reality?
comic book characters and whatnot. HBO Max is going to bring you original content that is going to be very interesting. And you had me at Lovecraft. So interesting to know that Jordan Peele, who is involved in this, and anyone who knows who Jordan Peele is, or if there is anyone who's interested in, in the movie business and whatnot, they should really check out the story of Jordan Peele. He started off from the Medea movie series. It's a black family comedy movie where he plays the character Medea. But what Jordan Peele has done, which has never been done before, and it's historic in the States, it's that he opened his own movie studio. And the place where he opened, it's such a huge place, and whoever's interested, they can go and look it up, that Jordan Peele opened his own first African American, Black American, who opened his own studio in an what do you say? Like in a southern fort that was an encampment for black people back during the Civil War, the civil rights movement and all that. So, yeah. So Jordan Peele is bringing us, if you're interested, you should really check out his journey. Go Wikipedia or just see the documentaries. He went through the trenches and now he's a top dog in one of the biggest, black-owned studios in America. So good for him. Good for him. So moving forward, in other news, let's see. Okay, whatever that is. All right, so the Netflix The Witcher Season 2 has been given green light to resume filming. As hopefully everyone is staying safe at home right now because of this COVID and everything. And right now I know in America things are really bad. And, y'all do what you want to do. But at the same time, I hope all my friends who are part of the Snyder Cut movement and the people all over, you guys are being smart in terms of your protest and, keeping each other safe and watching each other's back. So, yeah, due to the COVID-19 virus, The Witcher Season 2 that was in, mid-production had been halted, but now it seems that it has been given the green light to resume, and I am very excited. I loved Season 1, and I played The Witcher. Well, I didn't play The Witcher games yet, but I checked out some of the cutscenes, and my friend, Leon, he really loves The Witcher games, and we have talked over it, and I've read some of the books and everything. So it's a beautiful fantasy world. So anyone who's coming off of Game of Thrones and whatnot, if you have not seen Witcher, then I highly advise you to watch it. It has so much potential, and you love it. And Henry Cavill is in it. So for the ladies, you can see Henry Cavill bathing, and for the dudes, yeah, there's enough material for the dudes. So yeah, that's going to be fun. So moving on, something very interesting for the gaming world is that last month we got our first reveal at the next gen graphics, that is Unreal Engine 5. And anyone who knows me knows that I love to play video games. As much as I love my music, as much as I love cooking, gaming has always been like my passion. One of my passions. And so let's check out what Unreal Engine, you can find the video on YouTube, just go up to Unreal Engine 5 reveal, but let's just quickly skim through and see, what they have in store for us for the future.
Unreal Engine running live on a PlayStation 5.
Awesome. Let's take a look at it.
This has to be the right way.
Before we continue, let's stop a moment and take a look at some of the key features of this demo. Much of what you see was built with Quixel Megascan assets, but instead of using the game versions, we used the cinematic versions, which would typically only be used in film. There are around 1 million triangles each, and thanks to virtual texturing, they all use 8K textures as well. Nanite can render an insane number of triangles very quickly, There are over 1 billion triangles of source geometry in each frame that Nanite crunches down losslessly to around 20 million drawn triangles. What does that many triangles look like? This isn't noise. These are the triangles, each a different color. Most are so small that they look like noise. Nanite achieves detail down to the pixel, which means triangles are often the size of pixels. This amount of geometric detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite can do that too. Speaking of lighting, all of the lighting in this demo is completely dynamic, with the power of Lumen that even includes multi-bounce global illumination. No light maps, no baking here. Without GI, all of that beautiful lighting is gone. With Lumen enabled, we can move the light and the bounce changes instantly. Okay, let's keep going.
All right, basically, long story short, whoever's interested to see it, I'm probably sure in the stream you're not getting a good high quality version of it, but yeah, whoever's interested in gaming or graphics or just technology in general, you should really check out Unreal Engine 5. I'm pretty excited to see what the future brings in terms of gaming. And yeah, I've always been a PlayStation, Team PlayStation since the first iteration of PlayStation 1. Back in early 2000s, I guess, or late 90s. But yeah, I've gone through the PlayStations all the way from 1 to 4. I'm currently using a PlayStation 4 myself right now, which hopefully very soon in the future you'll see me play some. I'll be doing some live playthroughs with commentaries on video games. So please subscribe and keep in touch, keep in tune. But yeah, I don't know about the PlayStation 5 simply because there's a lot of talk going around in the industry that Sony Santa Monica, Sony America is going above and beyond to censor content. So I'm not into censoring content. I want the product to be what it is. I'm not interested in a censored version, regardless of what topic it is. If it's gore, let it be as gory as it gets. If it's just let it be what it is. There's a reason why they made it as such. So let us get the content as we were meant to see. Okay, so moving forward, I have something interesting to show you guys. So you guys are probably wondering why I have this video paused at a section where we're seeing a man's butt. Well, this is not just any butt. This is a very famous butt, and this is a butt that was used in an opening monologue to a film that is loved by many. So let's just see what this is, and I'll tell you more in context as we go on ahead.
Welcome to Korea.
It's very nice to be in Korea.
It's your first
Finally.
time?
It's my first time, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
We're on a boat right now, heading to the red carpet event.
We are.
So you're getting to see a bit of Seoul during the interview.
I love this.
We've never done an interview on a boat before.
Really?
So this is good fun. I know. Our game's been lacking, but we stepped it up.
Oh, hi.
Here we go.
What's your name?
Emo.
Emo.
Yeah.
Ryan. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
So she said to call her Emo.
Emo.
It means aunt in Korean.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
She is actually my friend's aunt, coincidentally, so
Oh, really?
it's also fitting.
Oh, there we go.
But
Wow, this is like a home-cooked affair. I dig this.
All right, well, let's get stuck in, shall we? This is called buchujeon.
Buchujeon.
Buchujeon, that's perfect.
Buchujeon.
That's incredible,
Okay.
yeah. Basically, you just rip it up with your chopsticks.
Yep.
That's how it's traditionally done. And this is kind of the equivalent of what you'd call a Korean pancake.
Okay.
One of my favorite ever ways to have anju and sul is a traditional Korean rice wine, which is makgeolli, that you have in these metal bowls.
Really?
Traditionally, yeah.
Drink it out of these?
Yeah, you drink it out of these. You have it with jeon, which is Korean pancakes.
I love it.
Does that sound good?
And I work in Hollywood, and I won't eat anything unless someone's cut it up for me already. Okay. So thank you. This
You're
is
very
great.
welcome.
Can I try some
Yeah,
now?
you can try it. You can dip it in a bit of...
Oh, Emo, you shouldn't have.
Oh,
Thank
Emo.
you.
감사합니다, Emo.
I'm gonna have some of this now, ready?
Taste it, yeah, go for it. What's that like?
That's really good. Thank you so much.
진짜 맛있어요.
맛있어요.
Perfect.
맛있어요.
It's a natural.
Amazing.
I'm gonna pour you a little bit of makgeolli.
Now that's fizzing a bit.
It is a little
Something
bit fizzy.
in there.
I'm gonna warn you because this is gonna taste unlike anything you've ever tried before.
How do you know what I've tried?
Well, that's true.
I've had some mental years. So, we'll see. Oh, it's sort of like it's got a little like sake vibe to it.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
a tiny
Similar?
bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little bit more fermented though, or something.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. That's good though.
It's definitely fermented differently.
Korean, that's just rice wine.
Yeah, rice wine.
Okay.
Makgeolli. You like that?
I like that a lot.
He's so much like Deadpool
That
in
is
real
really
life.
good.
You like that? Yeah. How's that?
It's really good together.
Yeah?
I've never been a guy who puts liquid in his mouth while chewing. But that's the first, and I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
So good.
This is the basic.
Okay.
From there, we're gonna move on to kimchi jjigae.
Thank you. I feel like we're stepping it up a notch.
Does it look? It looks.
It does. Maybe a little spicy.
Oh, maybe a bit spicy. This is kimchi.
Okay.
You may have tried.
I know, of course, many times. I love kimchi.
Well, this is made from kimchi.
I
so
make
it's
my own
kimchi
homemade
pancake.
kimchi.
Thank you for cutting it up for me.
You're very
again.
welcome.
I appreciate
You're
that.
very welcome.
I have a lot of handlers that do that normally.
Really? Okay. I thought. I'll dip it in a bit.
That is also very good.
This is one of my personal favorites.
I can see why.
Yeah.
That is also very. Let me just go one more of these
Okay.
here.
Yeah. You're good. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, let's get this party started.
Okay. We'll try and not get you too in trouble before your red carpet event.
It's fine.
Tonight.
I have 2 livers.
Okay.
And an extra one surgically installed.
Wow. Okay.
And everybody's doing it.
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah.
That's the new Hollywood thing.
Yeah, yeah. Those aren't friends, those are emergency harvestable organs
Oh, God.
that we hang out with. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Another of my favorite ever Korean pancakes is hemu pajeon.
Hima Pajon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Pad?
Seafood spring onion pancake. This
Well,
specific
hello.
one-
Thank
Yeah.
you, Emo. Thank you.
고맙습니다, 이모.
It looks like some shrimp in there, maybe?
Got a bit of shrimp in it,
Ah.
sometimes some squid.
Well, I like that. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm just gonna cut this up myself.
Oh, you're gonna. Okay.
Yep, because I got my big boy pants on today.
Yeah, you do. Oh, look at this. With the shrimp.
That's my favorite.
Really?
This one. Anything seafood.
So hot.
It's hot. You just gotta push through. Push through the pain.
Huh. Yeah.
It's like molten lava.
You're not really.
Well, anyways, yeah. So this is an interesting channel called The Korean Englishman. It's on YouTube. What this person does is every time any celebrity from Hollywood comes to promote a movie in Korea, he somehow, as a press junket, gets in touch with them and holds these interesting interviews where, you know, he talks to them and he introduces them to the Korean culture, the Korean food, and it's just lovely to see everyone's reaction and just see a different kind of interview. And for all the CBM fans and non-CBM fans, he has done interviews with the Avengers, and he has done interviews with many, many great people, including Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton, and also Will Smith. So please do check out this channel. It's called, again, Korean Englishman. It's on YouTube. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Forgive me for any mistakes that I've made. This is my first show, and hopefully I'll keep on uploading more videos. Subscribe if you like what you've seen. Hopefully, once I'll sort out my system, I'll be doing live gameplay. And I've also selected some interesting titles that I want to do, live playthrough as well. So that's about it. Thank you for tuning in. This is KuziCast, and this is your host, Mr. Kuzi.